Boris Johnson has nominated his father for a knighthood.
Oh, that is just tremendous. Great job.
That's right, guys. Mr. Rail against the unelected bureaucrats and rant about the establishment and the elite himself
Has decided to break with tradition and vote for his own father to go in the Lords. Now, a lot gets said about the anomaly of Nepo babies, doesn't it? But this could very well be the first political instance of a Nepo daddy.
I'd love to read the justification. Like, on what basis is Hansi Stan going to contribute to the House of Lords?
Like, what's going on that application for? What are the list of achievements?
Yeah, you know, the most crooked, corrupt, callous and financially chaotic Prime Minister of the modern era, the shameful one with the illegitimate children. Well, I was his father.
If you were in the Lords, wouldn't you be like, wow, bang up job there. Good to have you. Welcome aboard. And if you subscribe to the idea, you can't necessarily blame the father for the deeds of the son. Jacob, put the other two beers down. You drink one at a time. Kids today, huh?
Stanley Johnson himself was in the newspapers for all the wrong reasons last year.
So great. It's looking like another disgusting, offensive, cynical move by Boris Johnson. Just when you thought you couldn't hate him more. Every time he outdoes himself.
No, you're like, oh, look, he's lied on a bus, okay, yeah, and he's lied to Parliament, okay, and he's ran out on his wife when she had cancer and illegitimate children and has taken money from this guy and he's going to donate something. I'm sure he couldn't go any lower. I'm sure I couldn't hate him anymore.
He's going to put his own brother and dad in the Lords.
Oh, is that right? Oh, right, okay, yeah. That's interesting.
Because I'm going to put my sewage in his moat.
Now, it's easy to mock these motherfuckers with their gross hypocrisy, the paradoxical nature of railing against an already bloated institution with unelected bureaucrats and then flipping 180 to put their friends and relatives in.
But what it comes down to is this. Team Johnson and his ilk don't really hate the Lords. They don't hate the establishment. They're from the establishment. They just don't like it when these institutions frustrate their ridiculous Brexit unicornism.
The House of Lords was only a problem when it was forcing Johnson to temper that sunlit uplands fantasy.
Just like the civil servants all became metropolitan Remainer elites when they asked Johnson's guys to actually explain how the fuck this is supposed to work.
But what nominations like this do is expose the pathetic, superficial, performative politics of Johnsonism at its core.
I don't really hate the Lords. Half of them are fucking people in the civil service. It's all just a big pantomime with an expensive admission we're all expected to pay.